off and on here in the building. One of the benefits of being one of the first guys in the building is your internet is spotty. So I apologize for that. And the mobile hotspot just ain't hacking on my phone with all the windows and everything I've opened. So we'll go ahead and move that to 1 o'clock on Friday. Good looking trades in accelerated retirement though. Before, just real quick brief for my members, we put on a bull put spread last week. Let's take a look at the trade to 45.5, 44.5, and FXI had and we put it on right around this, seeing if this was going to be a dead cat bounce. So right around this, that's a good-looking trade right now. No changes to FXI. Let's check out the what the metrics on that trade were, and we'll talk about JP Morgan and Raytheon. So this was risking $5,200 to potentially make $2,300, and that's a good-looking trade right now. So no changes to FXI, no update. And then the week before that, we looked at JP Morgan. We looked at legging into kind of a JP Morgan. So we had a bull put spread on JP Morgan, the 95, 97.5. Let's bring up JP Morgan. Love our JP Morgan. And then we put on so obviously that expired for max profit there. That bull put spread. And that was for, or actually that's for Friday. So this one's going to expire max profit. So if you're in AR, this was a very, very nice trade. The 97.5, 95, that's risking 5,200. That should make a max profit of $2,300 on JP Morgan on the bull put spread. So really happy. Let's take a look at what the bear call spread is. The 101, 102.5. The 101, 101, 102.5. So that one's in trouble. So we had a nice pop out of the financials. So I put the 101, 102.5 right here because it was resistance. We went through resistance. Let's go ahead and close that one out. So probably net, that's probably going to look at about a $1,500 loss on that iron condor, unfortunately. And that sucks. The financials, as soon as it popped through this 102, we put it right here, 101, 102.5, and then this was a pretty good rally, guys. So this was a bad trade out of me. This was I didn't think the financials would rally this much on just more or less on the new Fed Chairman Powell's testimony, and we got a nice pop, and then we had that little bit of a sector rotation out of tech back in the financials, and it just never. I thought it would be going lower than that, so I wouldn't roll this trade obviously or roll it up and out or anything. I'd just close the bear call spread. So 2 winners and a loser, and then we also had an FXI synthetic stock position at the 48 strike. So we'll go back to FXI real quick at the 48 strike. So we put that on probably right around here, synthetic stock. Remember, this is a Jan 20 trade on China. So I have no problems with this. Matter of fact, I'd be selling some front month upside calls, probably out a couple weeks. I'd go with the 47s right around the top of this chop, the 47s, probably out to, just out to next Friday because I don't know when or if the president's going to sign tax reform. I think a nice 24-cent short call would look pretty good in the FXI positions. Okay, we'll go through all these more in depth on Friday. We also talked Raytheon weeks ago, and that is a really good looking trade as well. Let's take a look at our Raytheon trade. Get my platform back up here. My apologies. So Raytheon, great defense stock. It's in everything. I covered it last night in an Analyze Your Trade session over there at Timing Research, RTN. Let's go. So there's a 1 year. We got in right here. We got into our Jan 20 right here, and this has been a great looking chart ever since. And we've been trading the front months. We have some good bull put spreads working on a Raytheon. I think it's a 185-ish. 182.5 bull put spread out to Dece. So this is a hold right now, and I would definitely be selling some front month upside calls around the 190 level. Maybe 192.5 just to be probably 190. Let's see, out the 190, 190. You know what? Maybe the 190s to Friday if you're not in the front month there. I'd probably go about 50 or about 63 cents. That's pretty good. Nice pop out of Raytheon today, too, by 1%. All right, let's, real quick, folks, let's get strategic. This, watching the deputy Attorney General Rosenstein testify was an absolute shit show today. What a disgusting, impartial, quote, investigation. Here's this famous Strzok agent that was that completely in the tank for Hillary and completely torpedoed General Flynn. Here's one of his texts. Trump should go F himself. Talking to his wife, who works for Fusion GPS, which came up with the fake dossier, which was used to get a FISA warrant to spy on Americans. This stinks. The FBI might be full of rank and file great agents. At the top, they are rotten to the core, and they are Hillary. 8 years of Obama, and you got 8 years of Clinton loyalists in there trying to bring down this president. They should be tried with sedition or treason or something. They're disgusting. I have so much power to help the American people, this guy said, and F Trump, and I'll do what I can. What the F happened to our country? I can do a lot. Look at this. I can protect our country on many levels. I can protect the country from that menace. This guy's a piece of shit. He should be thrown out of the FBI today and maybe even charged criminally. But nobody cares. Bitcoin, move on. House, Senate, and Republicans finally reach a deal on the final tax bill. The agreement is going to lower the top rate to 37% and sets a 21% corporate tax rate. So, hey, we got an agreement, man. Markets, that's why I almost think that we might see a little bit of a sell on the news almost with when the president finally does get his pen and gives us huge tax reform. S&P is essentially flat today, but this, we really have had a significant rally here, man. You just can't keep this market down. Like I told you, barring a shooting war with North Korea, this market's going up. U.S. stocks rise to new highs. Telecoms, finances are starting to get on the run here. Like I said yesterday, I probably wouldn't be trying to put any caps using front month upside calls on the financials right now. Some of them are starting to get on a tear. We talked about Goldman Sachs in the primary live trade brief yesterday. When something's on a tear, you either join it or get out of the way. So a faster pace of Fed rate increases could rattle markets. We're supposed to get a rate increase today. If they start to dial it up a little bit, it could rattle markets a little bit. But I don't believe that, folks. Nothing's rattling markets. If the Fed dials up the rate increases a little bit more than expected, you know what the market's going to say? Well, they must see that the economy is doing a hell of a lot better than expected, and they want to pump the brakes. I mean, we're going from being in this Obama 8-year economic Vietnam to some serious growth. So I don't think it's going to rattle markets. I disagree with you, Wall Street Journal. Really good hiring, and then the infrastructure plan. So Trump's going to put away his big signature victory and move on to taxes. Okay, so again, apologize for having to reschedule accelerated retirement. Covered some of the positions, and then we'll cover them Friday at 1 o'clock. But I'm cautiously bullish, folks. We just keep going up. I get, obviously, the bigger the climb, the harder the fall, but we'll be prepared and hedge for the fall. Okay. All right, I got to run. Happy hunting. Make sure you hedge. God bless, and I'll talk to many of you tomorrow at 10 a.m. I think it's at 10 a.m. Just check your email for the Analyze Your Trade and Debrief. I think I moved it to 1. But just check your email and for the weekly flight schedule, and then I'll see you guys then.